All right, just wanted to make another video for the plating after all that series of testing DWV. There were, what, 7 or 8 videos that were named DWV testing 01, 02. And they were all over the place and shaky. And I got a kick out of one of the comments. Someone watched the video and said, "Would you please keep the damn camera steady?" So I apologize for that. I am not a camera person. There's no way I would ever claim to be an expert or even a novice or anything but a damn beginner at doing this camera stuff. So I'll try. Like maybe now I'm holding it steadier, more steady, whatever. But I guess I do appreciate the fact that people who watch and make comments understand what I'm trying to do, that I'm trying to convey a thought or a process, which is all I'm after. So anyway, this is called the plating up video. So we passed all our DWV tests, as you saw in the videos. Again, this standpipe we have here is higher than the TYs and the other places in the building. I may very well plug this, in which case I'd have to plug this to drive the water all the way up to the roof line. Still may happen. I don't know yet. I was required to come only to the subfloor by the authorities. But I like to go right to here, right to where that hose, I got my hose hog-tied here, and it's coming around and it's feeding from there. And I like to go right to here and have it spill over just before it goes through the roof. This way I know I got all the vents. You never know. The only thing is, on the positive side, if there's some small leak up in there, it's up above the ceiling. And the roof, there's a ridge vent up in this. This roof was new. That's another caveat and bad deal that I believe the owners got. You can see here a dormer. And here you can see a dormer. And here you have a dormer. So this right here is a valley between both dormers. When this roof line was originally done and the blueprints turned in, this valley was not here. I believe it was flat, or it was pitched in such a manner that it didn't create such a valley. If you look at that, that's a good, I won't say 30 degrees, but it's a good 20-degree valley. And what it has done, or has created, I'll show you later. Maybe I'll take a video from the outside. It created a valley here that careens off the building, and next door here is another residence. So now they have to actually create a scupper, put it on the outside of the house to catch all the water coming down this valley. Otherwise, it's going to go off this house, the property. There are only about 5 feet between these two properties, roughly. And the property line is literally about 6 inches off of this structure next door. So by whoever doing whatever, they forced them to redo the roof line, they created the scupper. I'm not going to drop any hints, but the camera's kind of pointing at the ones who are responsible for the reconstruction, reconfiguration of the roof line. And I was here for a hard rain, and I got to tell you, that 20 degrees or whatever it is, I didn't measure it, but I may do it in another video. But I'm guaranteeing that it's not 30 degrees, but I bet you it's a good 22, somewhere around there, that valley going down. The water on a good hard rain is shooting about, a really good downpour. It comes off of there about 4 feet out from the property and lands on this roof next door. That roof is, it's not fiberglass. I was watching them do it. It's some kind of composite. It's kind of like a torch down if you see the seams on it. It reminds me of torch down, but it's not made. I do not think it's made out of rubber. I believe it's a chemical bond on the seams there. However, the problem is, I don't care what kind of material that is. 4 feet of water falling looks like about 15 feet in a hard rain year after year. I guarantee you it'll dig a hole in that roof or whatever material that is in a matter of time. It'll take a while, but water, as you know, is very destructive. It's like a drill bit. It's like sandpaper. If you concentrate it somewhere, it will find its way through. And if you want proof of that, go look at pictures of the Grand Canyon. I mean, it took a long time, but it just gives you an idea how destructive water can be. So that said, the roof line changed, and a lot of the room up above the ceiling here was way better. This piece here where it's blocked was not here. We had almost another 18 inches or 2 feet of height where you could almost get up above this ceiling here and move around. And when they made them redo the roof line, let's see, this side, I think this dormer stayed, but these two dormers were a lot higher and much better. In fact, you can see here where the old rafters were cut. Here's one. If I look around, I could find other places where it was cut and had to be reconfigured. Not to the advantage of a better design, that's for sure. So anyway, that boat has sailed, and the bad part about it, again, you see there's two dormers, one here and one here, and the valley in between. And what that's going to create is, or have the possibility to create an ice dam up here in the peak, because this dormer and this dormer meets with this peak, which is kind of like a hip right here, see? So you're hipping in here, and right where these two dormers meet this part, I wouldn't, keep in mind, I said that the temperatures here can go down to 10 below. So you got all that moisture up there, and it's not good. And you have this dormer kind of roof lines to here. It's a hot mess. And look at here, this dormer goes to here, so that means you have a cricket on top of this. So it's a roof. I'll take a video from outside, and you can see how goofy this roof is and how much simpler and better it was for water to drain the original way. And again, that's all politics. I believe that was done on purpose to force the owners to give up this project. However, the people who did all that are very disappointed, because not only owners, engineers, they knew how to get around it and do the best that they could, work with what they have. They still own the property, and the people who tried to force them away are very disappointed. And now the very interesting thing is, when I just tell you before, the property line for this property is about 6 inches off the wall of the structure next door. And that a lot of these structures around here were built without footings. Well, guess what? This building next door is one of them. And it has a masonry walls without footing. And later I can show you a video from this property, which is legal, because videos can be taken, anything I can see in sight. And I'm on private property, but I have permission to take videos here. Basically, this building is about, let's see, if I go that way, and then I go that way, I would say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. The building's about 80 feet long with no footing, and the whole wall has cracks in it. And that is typical sign of settling. You'll get a crack in a masonry wall, but when you're settling and there's no footing, you get a lot of cracking. And there's a lot of cracking. So the same people who try to prevent the sale and acquisition of this property now have to come hat in hand and ask permission to come on this property to fix theirs. How's that for poetic justice? All right, see you on the next one.